All right, 5 minutes after 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. I have a couple of different hats that I wear here at the radio station. One of them is a news hat, and then there's this talk show that we do. Mm-hmm. And in this talk show that we do, we have to read quite a few books, or at least as much of them as we can. Sometimes preparing for the news and reading the fictional books that we get sent, it's like a blurred line. This morning there was a story about a male nurse in Germany that was giving patients too much heart medication, intentionally, they say, killing at least 84 people in some hospital over there. Oh my gosh. And
horrible.
And I knew that today we had an interview scheduled with Dr. Robert E. Marx. I believe he's been with us before. Mm-hmm. He is an innovative surgeon. He's the professor of surgery and chief of the Division of Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery. I'm probably screwing that up. At the University of Miami's Miller School of Medicine. Anyway, he's got a new book called Deadly Prescription. And, well, it sort of kind of is about the doctor that dropping people. Good morning, Dr. Marx. Good to have you back on. Thank you for calling in this morning.
Well, good to be here, and thank you for having me back. Good morning to you as well.
So is there a magical connection between authors and the news? It just seems like every once in a while I'll say, whoa, what am I reading here? Am I reading the story or am I reading the news?
Well, you're right. This is not that uncommon. There was a famous one in San Antonio, Texas, where a nurse was basically giving medications to individuals, kids actually, to make them stop breathing so that she could participate in cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Basically, these are psychiatric problems that people have and that inflict injury on others. But it was a sad story that you had mentioned.
So do you have that? And we'll get to the book in just a second, but as a doctor, as a surgeon especially, do you have the other medical professionals who are not at your level? And I'm not trying to demean anybody, because I know nurses are a great resource. We wouldn't know what to do without nurses. But I'm saying, do you have the one now and then that has their mind made up that they know more than you, and they decide to give the medicine anyway? Do you have that?
Yes. There's some people who do think that they know better than physiology. Fortunately, there are checks and balances, but there's always one or two that might slip through the cracks and do harm on patients by being overzealous or not really understanding the limitations of certain medications.
Tell us the storyline, if you could, without giving too much away, of course, for Deadly Prescription.
Well, Deadly Prescriptions is a fictional novel, but it's not fantasy. It's based on my dealings with Big Pharma. We found that Big Pharma has a lot of medications out there that are under-researched. The side effects are under-reported. The book gets in and basically shows your listeners the dark side of Big Pharma and how corrupt they can be, and many of them are.
I'm sorry? Doctor?
No, it just shows, if we're so connected, it shows a dark side of Big Pharma, some of their internal corruption, and what they do to manipulate the FDA and get drugs approved that certainly have side effects that they don't recognize or have never really researched.
Whoa, that is crazy. So in writing the book, is this your way of expressing that sentiment through the way of a story?
Yes, I've expressed a sentiment to the medical community, and unfortunately the FDA has taken it to light and has restricted some of the current medications, particularly the osteoporosis medications, related to how long you should take it. So, yes, my way of really informing the public, which really is the people who take these medications, and enlightening them or educating them in an entertaining way.
And you have done so much research into stem cell use and also hyperbaric oxygen that you yourself are on the cutting edge of things in the medical field that might need medication. So you have to be on top of this as well, so they get the right medication.
Well, absolutely, and at the right dose for the right length of time. If there's anything wrong with the osteoporosis medications that you see advertised all the time, it's an $18 billion a year market, and there's nothing wrong with the medications except the dose is too high, and they tell people to take it for too long. Then they get the Hollywood stars, like Blythe Danner to really promote these type of things, and they have no clue of some of the side effects.
Huh. I've
wow.
seen that commercial on television, and I always wondered about things like that.
Well, yes, I mean, you had Sally Fields before, talking about Boniva and saying, well, she knows her bones are getting stronger. Well, I'm sorry, Sally Fields, you don't know your bones are getting stronger, because the only way to do them is take them out, break them, and measure how much force it takes to break them.
Oh,
so you're
man.
actually promoting a lie based on an X-ray. If your X-ray is more dense, it doesn't mean your bone is stronger. It may mean the bone is more brittle, and that's what's backfired on a lot of the osteoporosis medications.
Oh my gosh, we have to be really careful. I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff too. I would say, "Oh, I trust her," that's what they're depending on, right? For people to say that kind of thing. The book is called Deadly Prescription. So how did you take that and weave a story? Did you create a very unlikable culprit, or what do you call it? Not the protagonist, the antagonist?
Well, the antagonists are, one, the CEOs of Big Pharma, which is somewhat parallel to my experience with these people. The other one are some really fancy, overpaid lawyers. When I was on the witness stand against some Big Pharma, their lawyers were paid $97 million retainers, and to defend drug companies in a relatively indefensible situation, but they're horribly clever. And so those are the two antagonists in there, is the arrogance of the Big Pharma, and of course the skullduggery of these attorneys, and how they try to manipulate the truth and manipulate the jury.
You're shedding a light on this story that I had no clue. So this is more than just a novel. I mean, this is an opinion piece told in the form of a story.
Well, you're absolutely right. It is my opinion, and many people agree with it. Everybody has a little bit of a concern today about Big Pharma. They are so big. They are so rich, literally, with money. They have great influence, and so they really kind of go unchallenged and unregulated, other than little guys like myself.
Do you think that they're sort of running scared because sometimes when people need treatments for things and it's not approved by the FDA here in the United States, they'll go over to England or countries like that, and then they'll become cured or helped and then come back, where the FDA just still hasn't approved anything yet to help people?
I don't think that they're really scared about that. What they really want is that their image to be untarnished, because what they can't afford is to have a black mark on them like the Vioxx scandal of years ago, because it will affect the next FDA approval of their so-called blockbuster drugs. What are blockbuster drugs? Ones that make over $1 billion per year. And you can just name them. They're the Cialis, Viagra, Fosamax type of medications.
Wow. So is this your way? I'm sure as a doctor, as a surgeon especially, I mean, you must be stressed out. A lot of people will read to kind of handle stress. Do you write to handle stress? Does that help?
Do I write to handle stress? No, I'm not a psychologist or things like that. I'm actually basically a surgeon, and what you mentioned about stem cells, that's the heart and soul of our research today. I can rebuild half of somebody's jaw today with just using stem cells and not take any of their own bone. So
really?
There's exciting happening, but I think we as physicians need to be careful that we don't have so much exuberance that we don't look at the other side of the coin, the side effects that may result from it. So we're going very slow and cautious. The big pharma companies have not done that.
I'll have to come down to Miami. I need some teeth that need to be regrown.
We're not that far along yet, but there's other people researching that. I'm sort of a bone geek. So I do bone, but there's other people researching that. But, again, the public wants this now, but we're still decades away from regrowing teeth.
Gosh.
The book is called Deadly Prescription. Dr. Robert E. Marx is the author. Busy as a surgeon, busy as an author. Do you prefer writing, or do you prefer being a surgeon, or is there no even way to compare the two?
You're absolutely right. There's no way to compare this. I enjoy both. I'm an educator. I enjoy teaching our residents. We do a lot of head and neck cancer surgery. I enjoy the writing. Do those in the little spare time that I have.
Call me right now if you want the copy that was sent to me. I found it on Amazon. You're getting really good ratings, really good reviews, by the way. And I have a copy of Deadly Prescription right here for one listener. If you call me, I'll put your name on it. Doctor, I did find it on Amazon. Do you have a website for the book?
Yeah, it is deadlyprescription.com. You look that up. There's a website. We're putting up a new website, and I'm proud to say it's been a bestseller on Amazon. Plus, there's a screenplay being made from it, and there's some thought about making it into a movie.
Oh, my gosh.
Nice.
Well, good for you. Wow, you're going to be a star in your own backyard. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you for being on the air with us today.
Hey, thank you for having me, and good luck to you and your reader.
All right, we will be right back.
If you find an animal or a bird that needs help, call Animist Foundation at 352-843-6379. They will come and get the animal if you can't take it to them. High school students and those with court-ordered community service can earn required hours in this rewarding environment. And veterans who share a bond with animals and parents who have been through mental or physical trauma are especially welcomed. Families, clubs, and tourists can arrange for tours of Animist without driving for hours or miles. Consider volunteering. Animist needs you.
Whether you're just starting out in your career or ready to make a change, being a commercial pilot is within your reach. The FAA has predicted that in the next few years, the number of planes in the sky will double, and that means a lot more jobs in aviation. Ocala Aviation has teamed up with an accredited university, enabling you to get a college degree in aviation while training to be a commercial pilot. And with options like financial aid, grants, and scholarships, it's never been a better time to get your new career in aviation started today. For more information, call me at Ocala Aviation, 352-861-7484.
Hi, I'm Big Daddy Don Garlitz, asking you to support adoption by purchasing a Choose Life license plate from your county tag office. You know it costs a lot to give a child life. Many times a woman is forced to make a bad choice because of financial pressures. Help save the lives of the unborn children by aiding women who choose life instead of abortion. Take a stand for life. Purchase your Choose Life license plate today. For more information, go to chooselife.org or call 352-624-2854.
Some exotic fruits to try and why. That's coming up on This Land of Ours.
It's time to